Hey guys, Eclipse here with another episode of Collectible Casa here on Rants and Reviews. Here with my buddy Still J and Ricefus.
Yo.
We got another comic book collectible for you today. It is actually pertaining to DC's New 52, which I know, yeah, it's New 52, but actually part of New 52 that I really like in terms of like a character redesign. There's a lot of bad ones, i.e. Raven specifically. But this one I actually really like. A little bit of backstory. I have followed the Stormwatch, like the Wildstorm Stormwatch, to an extent, you know, Apollo, Midnighter, but never really got fully into it. Was at my local comic shop and came across this, the first trade for the New 52 Stormwatch. It was actually the very first day that it came out. It was that Wednesday. They just put it on the shelf, and so I figured, you know, what the heck, pick it up. I was looking forward to the New Guardians, New 52 hardback book. I think I pre-ordered that because it was going to have Larfleeze, and I was excited. And so I figured, you know, New 52 can't be all bad. So I picked this up. And Paul Cornell, I like Paul Cornell stuff. I like the Superman, the Black Ring. So figured, you know, check it out. Well, then, you know, didn't even realize until, you know, I looked closer, they'd introduced Martian Manhunter onto Stormwatch. He obviously was not part of the original incarnation of the team. You had Apollo here and Midnighter, the most famous gay couple in all of comic bookdom. But decided to add Martian Manhunter to the relaunch, or the reboot here under New 52. And so then there was that. Not too long later, Volume 2 came out, and I picked that up. And I know Stormwatch, like this particular reboot, it's gotten mixed reviews. A lot of people, I think, just aren't too keen on series that take place not on Earth. You know, spacebound settings and stuff like that. The characters they complain aren't, you know, too relatable, that sort of thing. But I think that's kind of the point. Is the things that you can find in common with the characters is supposed to kind of highlight, you know, how do we connect with, you know, somebody as powerful as, say, the Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter, excuse me, in my opinion, is, I think, one of the most underrated heroes in the DC universe. I mean, the dude can fly. He doesn't have super strength like Superman, but I mean, come on, look at those biceps. The dude can shapeshift. He can go freaking incorporeal. Can become a ghost. He can read minds. I mean, the dude, he's a machine. Just don't set him on fire. But probably, yeah, like I said, probably one of my favorite characters. Definitely, in my opinion, the most underrated character. And so while I was, you know, kind of excited to see him on this team, what really bugged me is not seeing him on another team that he was famously known for, that being the Justice League. Oh, and I figured I'd show you this, guys. This just kind of picked this up. I really like that cover for that first trade. It was the first issue, so I got a print of it signed by Miguel Sepulveda. Stormwatch issue number 1. Anyway, sidetrack. Yeah, the Justice League. Here is what we've been seeing for New 52 Justice League. We got Cyborg on there now. You know, kind of introduced that with Justice League Doom. Had been kind of transitioning in for a while. They're really pushing him now. You know, Flash, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. They even still have Aquaman on there. New 52 Aquaman at that. But for those of you who grew up with, say, I don't know, Justice League Unlimited, like I did, somebody's missing. Yeah, Martian Manhunter, no longer on the Justice League because he's busy up in space protecting Earth with Midnighter and Apollo of all people. Which, while cool, he could have, been on both teams, I think. It's New 52 anyway. I mean, they already relaunched Stormwatch. They, kind of just killed the series and brought it back to its roots. They got the old Midnighter and Apollo designs back. But with that, while I'm kind of sad that, just as I was starting to get into it, they just cut it off there. With that, silver lining, we now have Martian Manhunter making his return to the Justice League. Although here they just say, he's the newest member of the Justice League. Oh yeah, watch Justice League Doom. But this is actually the new figure for New 52 Justice League from DC Direct, and it is freaking awesome. There you see there, Martian Manhunter action figure. All the figures from this line come in the same packaging. They show the character here on the side. They got the little blurb on the back like I showed you. A little kind of like abstract representation on this side. I picked up the Batman one from this line when I saw it hit the shelves. This one, as of me recording this video, I don't think is actually even on shelves yet. I pre-ordered this through Urban Collector back in, I want to say like February, and it just got here, just came in the mail. So not quite sure if there will be other reviews of this by the time I upload it, but I figured I'd give you all a sneak peek. So here he is in the box, and here he is outside of the box, and he is freaking sweet.
Glorious, I'd say.
Just so much detail on this guy. You've got, all your standard points of articulation, including the swivel joints here, bend at the legs, bend at the hip. Does not rotate at the hip, but that's okay. Doesn't bend at the torso, but it's fine. And does not swivel at the hand, but as far as articulation goes, I mean, it is fairly limited, but it definitely makes up for it. I don't think it's any less articulated than any of the other figures in the line, so it's forgivable. But really just highlights how freaking cool his redesign is, in my opinion. It still definitely looks like Martian Manhunter. I mean, you look at him and, you can tell right away, without being too similar to the classic look. He's got the chest emblem here, which actually kind of looks like the redesigned Stormwatch logo, which is now no longer in existence, but whatever. Now it'll be kind of reminiscent of that when he's, fighting alongside Batman and Superman in the future. One thing I think is kind of cool is these soft rubber parts to his costume. The cape and this little crotch piece here are glossy, and they're like that typical soft rubber, so it's bendable, pliable. They're glossy, and the pants and the boots are kind of like a semi-gloss, in between, but his skin and this upper part are all like a matte finish, so it doesn't look like it's all just blending in to where it's just one solid paint job from head to toe. It really feels like, okay, this is his skin, and this part's on top, and these parts are on top, and these are even further on top, pieced together to create this ensemble, you would say. So just kind of a cool touch that I don't really know if you can pick up on camera, but definitely adds some, I don't know if you'd call it depth or what, but just, it's all just paint, but it adds that effect that, it's separate parts. This part here on his shoulder, this kind of like cloak that he's got, not cloak,
Cape.
well, the cape, but what do you call it? A kappa. That's what it's called. The kappa, that connects to the cape. This part on his shoulder is actually just painted onto his arm, so as he bends that part up, that moves back, but no biggie. And then got a cool head with his little alien details there, and his face. He's very stern, but he's ready to kick ass. So that is New 52 Justice League Martian Manhunter. In my opinion, one of the cooler figures I've seen come out as of late, and I was definitely happy to pre-order this and now put it in my collection. So anyways, hopefully I'll get another one of these done for you guys soon. So keep a lookout, subscribe, and again, thanks for watching.